I'm Holly Copsey of Priceless, and this is episode 28 of VPTV. Each week I share my tips and tricks on productivity and learnings from growing my agency business over the last 6 years. I know from my own experience that one of the biggest and scariest leaps as a business owner can be transitioning from startup to scaled and figuring out when is the right time to build a team. So if you are a startup and solo entrepreneur looking to grow your business, keep watching because today's video is definitely for you. If you have big plans for your business and want to grow now or in the future, you'll know that you need a strong, supportive team behind you to make it happen. In a perfect world, you'd be able to have that team in place from day one with everyone allocated specific responsibilities and you stepping into your role as the leader as you all take the world by storm. However, the reality is that unless you have a huge pot of startup funds or investors backing you, you will probably need an initial level of success and income before you can start scaling. So how do you know when the time is right to start building a team? It's not just about the money, although of course that needs careful consideration. Some of the signs that indicate you need support include an overwhelming workload and consistently working long hours, growth opportunities being missed due to a lack of time or resources, repetitive tasks consuming too much of your focus and preventing you from that all-important strategic thinking, an inability to maintain work-life balance, potentially leading to burnout. If you're nodding along or can see you're fast approaching any or all of these stages, you are definitely ready for some help in your business. Great, but what next? Where do you start? Well, there are a number of steps to work through here. You need to identify the key role or roles that you should fill first. I would start with the roles that will have the most immediate impact on efficiency and growth, and that will likely include freeing up your time so you can focus on those more strategic growth elements. You should assess your daily tasks to see where you're spending your time and then identify those which can easily be delegated. This list will likely include administrative tasks, customer service responsibilities, marketing support, and so on. Check out episode 6 of VPTV where I share tips on tracking your time and identifying tasks you shouldn't be doing. It's quite likely that the list you come up with will highlight the need for admin and or ops support, as these can be the most overwhelming and time-consuming, yet necessary tasks within a business. The good news is they are easy to delegate and the help is affordable if you hire an experienced and skilled VA or virtual assistant to handle these routine tasks for you. You may also have identified the need for specialised skills to support your business growth, such as marketing, finance, or IT. These should absolutely be your next hires once you've got that initial help in place to reduce your workload. Otherwise, even the thought of hiring and onboarding a new senior team member will be overwhelming as well. Now, I've mentioned a VA here, which would mean working with a contractor, as that's my area of expertise. But of course, you may prefer to hire a permanent employee on either a part or full-time basis. However, just bear in mind that if you employ straight away, the cost will be higher as you'll need to factor in benefits, holiday, sickness cover, equipment, and so on. You'll also need to be properly protected with employer liability insurance, have contracts in place, and have a full set of policies across various aspects of the business to protect both you and your employee. If you work with a contractor, even on an interim basis, they can help put all of these things in place for you and assist with your entire recruitment process. You will also have the ability to dial up the support and down as required, providing plenty of flexibility while you grow. You really need to think about your current needs and growth plans to help decide what's best for you. If you need some more guidance on this, check out episode 15 of VPTV where I share the pros and cons for employing an EA or outsourcing to a VA. Once you've decided which role you need to fill first and whether you're looking for a contractor or employee, the next stage to move on to is hiring them. To find the right team member, you'll need to develop a clear job description outlining the responsibilities, skills, and qualifications required. Use your network and trusted platforms such as LinkedIn to find candidates. Referrals are the ideal way to meet prospective candidates, particularly if they come from someone you really respect and trust. Conduct thorough interviews to assess cultural fit, communication skills, and alignment with your company values. Once you've found the right person, it's important to ensure they have a great onboarding experience and receive the right training to set them up for success. If they are your very first hire, you need to be clear that some of these things are likely being put together as you go and that you'll need their feedback on the entire process to improve it for the next hire. As part of your recruitment process, they should already have a clear understanding that as a startup, everyone wears many hats and has to be prepared to roll up their sleeves to get done what needs to be done. Once you have your new hire on board, it's important that you learn to delegate effectively. This was a real challenge for me, as my many years experience of being a senior EA meant I had slight control freak tendencies and struggled to let go. However, once I realised I had the support of a highly skilled team, I learned to let go and trust them to get tasks done to at least my standard and often better. The key is to delegate gradually, ensuring that you communicate clearly, set expectations and provide feedback along the way. The leader or leaders of the business need to focus on high impact activities while trusting their team to handle other tasks that also need to be done. Once you have your first hire in place, you need to regularly evaluate your business and your team's performance and continue to identify what those next hires are. Where is additional support needed? Are specialised roles required? Does the team structure and their responsibilities need adjusting to align with the goals of the business and market demands? Flexibility and adaptability are crucial as you continue to scale. So, a quick recap of the key points we've covered. Number 1, recognise the signs that indicate you need to start building your team. 2, identify the role or roles you need to fill first. 3, consider whether an employee or contractor is the best fit for your business. 4, think carefully about your hiring process and use this to find someone who is a good fit. 5, ensure you are delegating effectively and building trust once they start with you. And 6, continue to regularly review and evaluate your business to identify the next roles you need to fill or team changes you need to make. Building a team is a critical step in transitioning from a solo operation to a successful, scalable business. Don't be afraid to take that leap of faith, and remember, the right support can propel your business to the next level. Building an amazing team really has been the key to the success of my business, and I only wish I'd done it sooner. If you want any advice around establishing if you're ready or how to get started, do get in touch and I'd be very happy to help point you in the right direction. Thanks for watching. See you next week for episode 29.